let's flip a coin. Head Carolina, tails California, somewhere greener, somewhere warmer.
Okay, it's Andy Graham with the Ask Andy Show. I've traveled non-stop for 16 plus years and been in 96 countries. This is my 96th country. I'm in Montenegro. I'm in Buda, Montenegro, a small country in southeastern Europe. Gene with a Gene J asked, I've heard that because of the drop in people going into religious life, there is many convents and monasteries with spare rooms in Europe that can be rented for cheap. Is this true, and are there any drawbacks? Okay, this is a pretty good question. I told Jean, I wrote Jean and said I'd write her back when I had an answer. And I think the biggest drawback is you probably have to have a rental car or thing and be touring Europe by car to do this. I've seen a lot of signs for monasteries alongside the roads, but I haven't been able to get close to one by public transportation in an easy and convenient way. So that does require, the drawback is you have to have a car. I actually stayed in a convent in Momi, Togo, so I'm saying this is a 50-50 option. I actually stayed in a Catholic church, and you know, and they had rooms for like touring things. I mean, contrary to what you think, these nuns and the religious groups, you know, they travel around a lot. I don't know what, you know, whether it's an excuse to go carry the word, or it's just an excuse to go do something. I think really to go do something. They really do travel around a lot, and they're really pretty well funded. Okay, so I would say that there's a 50 to 75% chance that you could do this. Whether it's not, it's going to be any cheaper, I don't know. And obviously the other drawback is that you're not going to be able to get a reservation. And in high season in Europe, it's pretty difficult to have a room because there's just a squash of people here, and you really almost always have to, which is why I'm here in September and not in, you know, June, July, and August, because high season really ends about September 10th. Okay, and after that you can get a room relatively easy, and there's more competitive, and it's not so, you're not so tied to the reservation system, which would be maybe the way to go to a convent. But a convent, you know, all you can do is be willing to not have a reservation, then drive along the road and do it. I would say this might work really good for the people in caravans or motorhomes. This caravan in Europe, they call it, it's a motorhome. I think this would be really good for that, and you'd be worth the stop, because you might be that you're just going to be sleeping alongside the road anyway. But I'm lost to tell you any clear answer, because I can't even get that close with public transportation without spending maybe 20 euros just to get there. And by the time you pay the 20 euros, you might as well, you know, just get a room right close, right? So the only ones really touring Europe on a thing are probably the Netherlands and German people, and maybe a few French, which have motorhomes. That's the only actual just touring of Europe I know that's done. But very good question, but I think the jury's still out, but my guess is 70% yes. Drawbacks: you can't get a reservation that easy. You don't know the price before you get there. There's no way to put it into your budget, and you have to forego having a reservation, so you might be sleeping anywhere and everywhere at the next place. It might cost you too much because you was trying to opt for the monastery. And but the best thing is probably for somebody with a motorhome that really, if they're not accepted at the monastery, could maybe just park alongside the thing and cover their windows and go to bed. Okay.